I got a question for you. What is the biggest video game mistake that you've ever made? I'll go first. Mine is trusting people and leaving my bike unattended and unlocked outside the 7-Eleven while I played arcades. Story time. So, as a kid growing up in the 90s, I frequent the 7-Eleven in my neighborhood. They had all the arcades, Mortal Kombat. I shouldn't say all of them. They had three of them that they would rotate out. But usually Mortal Kombat was a staple, and the Neo Geo machine with three or four different games built into it, Samurai Showdown, World Cup Soccer, that sort of thing. Every time I played, I pulled up on my bike, stood it up next to this big, full, I don't know, 8 foot tall window, right? Like every 7-Eleven has. You can see clear out of it. And I stood my bike up next to that window and next to the trash can where I always put it every day. When I say every day, I'm talking every single day. I pulled up here and played a couple of games on the arcade while my bike was safe right next to me. So on this particular day, like any other, I pull up, put my quarter in the machine, and I put my bike right next to me. Well, outside the glass. I'm enjoying the game, having a good time. I'm probably playing the World Cup soccer game because I played a lot of that as a child. I look over and I see my bike, as it always is, right there waiting for me. I look over again and I see my bike, but I also see somebody standing at the trash can right next to my bike. I don't think much of it because I'm a naive little ass kid and I didn't know any better. So I look again and my bike is gone. Gone. It was so quick. This is how it happened in real time. Check this out. There's my bike. Where the hell's my bike? It was going so fast. Now, you don't know my parents. I have great parents. I love them. They love me. But I also know that they didn't play. So I was very worried about how my parents would react to my bike getting stolen. 7-Eleven wasn't far from home. So I went home and I told my mom and dad my bike was stolen. They told me, go get it. Don't come back to this house until you have your bike. The reason my expression changed is because they were dead ass serious. They sent me back into the streets to find my bike. I might have been 9 years old. I don't think I was 10. I might have been 10, but I doubt it. Anyway, they sent me back into the streets to find this bike. And I was on a mission. I had to find this bike. I also knew I had to find this bike before the sun set because I got to be home before the streetlights come on. But I can't go back home without the bike. So if I don't find the bike, do I sleep outside? What do I do? So I walk around Hawthorne, which is where this took place, Hawthorne, California. I walk around Hawthorne for what felt like forever. Somehow it felt like forever, but also the time went fast because it was, I want to say early afternoon, but it started getting dark quick that day. I walked up and down Hawthorne. I went to areas I wasn't supposed to go further than, I was allowed to go out there by myself. But I went because I needed to find this bike because my mom and pops told me I had to or I was going to be an orphan. I never found it. I didn't find it. I gave up. I finally said I had to go. I have to go home. I got to figure out what the next play is, if they're going to let me in this house. I got to find out. It's getting late. It's getting dark. I got to go home. We lived in an apartment complex, and from the street, I could see our apartment. So I'm walking back to the house, head down, just sad. I look up and I see my bike sitting right next to our door. So I run upstairs and I ask my mom and dad what happened, how'd you find it? And I'm very sorry that I can't remember this woman's name, but this very nice woman knew who I was. She said, my mom told me anyway, she returns your bike. She says she sees you every single day and knows exactly where you live because she's in the neighborhood. but she sees you on your bike every day. She sees you at the 7-Eleven or the laundromat every day playing your arcade game. And she happened to go to Wiener Schnitzel. If you guys want to look this up, it may not still be there, but there's a Wiener Schnitzel, used to be in Hawthorne, and I want to say it was across the street from Lusinger High School. The kid who had my bike was sitting at Wiener Schnitzel. She said, I saw the kid. No, check that. She said, I saw the bike. She knew it wasn't his. The reason why she knew that is because I was the only kid in the neighborhood that had pink in his bike. I don't know why. My parents just brought me a bike that had pink in it. Whatever. It had like little, I think the handlebar had like pink rubber on it or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's how she identified the bike. And she knew that I was the only kid in the neighborhood with that bike. She took the bike from the kid and told him, this isn't your bike. I know who this bike belongs to. It's not yours. Give me the bike. The kid didn't fight. He was like, whatever. Gave the lady the bike. The lady dropped it off at my house. I was able to go home and sleep in my house. I did run into that lady like maybe a week later at the laundromat while I was playing games, and she told me, hey, I was the one that got your bike. And I was so happy that I hugged her and I thanked her because of her, I still have parents. What's your biggest gaming mistake? Let me know in the comments.